Happy Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. So normally I like to fire off these little fun fact Friday videos on a Friday, but today's Thursday and this just happened. So I was like, we're going live. We're putting this news out there because uh, whether it was before COVID or during COVID or now as we're hopefully transitioning out of this COVID era of business here in 2021, it blows my mind how businesses still have not taken to heart or the seriousness of good, clear communication. Uh, if you had to strip down relationships, business, online branding, social media, charity work, marriages, doesn't matter. Communication, we're all guilty of, but the sooner you realize it and you put your communication skills first, one of the key components of communication is following up. You could resolve problems proactively versus reactively. You could be closing sales faster. You could be building the relationships which eventually lead to sales or leads to brand growth and marketing faster, accelerate the timelines. People are always trying to find a way to make things happen sooner. Well, part of that is one, you actually have to put in the sweat equity. You have to put in the work. You need to make the calls, send the emails, do your automatic email campaigns or your whatever it may be. Follow up. That's a big component of communication. But also being clear. So why am I saying all this? I'll give you the quick skit, and then I'm going to cut you loose for the night. We just bought another house, so very exciting. Not everybody knows about it yet. I'm so proactive. We're a month out before we even close and move in that weekend, and I've already packed up half my office. Why? I am not going to be that guy who has to move, and people. I can't say it. Years ago when I was younger, I'd move a lot of friends and family. And you know what I'm talking about, where I'm going with this, people. You go to pack up people's stuff for them because they still haven't packed up for the move when they ask you to come help them move. Well, when I agreed to come help you as a friend or family member to help you move, the key word there is moving, not packing and moving. If you want a packing and moving as a service, go hire a moving company that also charges you more to do said packing and moving as a service. So that being said, we're moving. So a week ago, so that's 5 weeks before our closing date and moving on this new property, I want to know what my internet situation is, right? I'm an online company. I have my own home office. I'm excited for the new future home office. I need to have internet. I got to be able to work with my clients virtually. Got to be able to do media, got to do marketing. I got videos, you name it, but etc. The wife's got to watch the TV, update her veterinary business, etc. So I called our current internet company saying, hey, we're only moving 10 minutes west of this address. Please confirm if this address already has a hookup for your internet services. And here in the Allentown, Pennsylvania, there's two big players. There's RCN, and then there's Service Electric. And in my experience, RCN has always given better bandwidth capacities and better internet performance over Service Electric. So I would like to keep my account with RCN. So here you go. Communication step number one. First of all, you have a current customer who's happy and they want to stay with you. And they're proactively reaching out to you saying, please help me keep paying you money. And customer service, I give them the new address. It's unclear. I'm like, okay, what does that mean? I said, well, I don't know. I can't clarify your address. I need to submit a ticket. So because I have a lot of knowledge in the industry, I spent years in telecom and technology and IT, that translates in my head, even though the person over the phone last week couldn't explain it. Okay, probably maybe that house or that specific address has never had an RCN hookup. Maybe they only have a hookup with a competitor, Service Electric. Now, that doesn't mean they can't give me service. It just means they haven't had one yet, or they can't clarify it. So they have to submit a ticket, and then I don't know what that means. Does that mean they have to send out a service technician to drive through over to that neighborhood and see if they have the ability to hook up service? Who knows? They advise me, communication, that I'll get an email back in the next couple of days. That's 1 week ago. So there's been no communication. There's been no email update saying, hey, your ticket is still in progress. We'll be following up. Nothing. So what do? I call back today. Now, here's another tip in communication. Don't make your customers wait. Last week, I tried calling 3 different times on 3 different days because this company has not figured out call center customer service management. And one day I called, it was a 45-minute wait on hold. Another day I called at a different time. It was a 25-minute wait. And then finally, the third day last week, I called and I got through with only a 10 to 15-minute hold time. Great customer service. So, but yet I still want to stay with you because I like your internet. Now, fast forward to this week, I just called. I said, I'm waiting before 5 p.m. Let's see if I can get in early. All right. Well, it's, I think 15 minutes before 4:45. Hold time says 9 minutes. You know what? Great. I'll stay on because I want to know the status of me being able to give you money, continuously give you money, stay with you. And I get a different gentleman and he makes me go through the whole process again. I already clarified. I'm like, do you know I've already called? I was told there's a ticket filed, but he's like, well, yes, but I don't have it tied to your account. It's tied to that new address. I'm like, but it's my current account. How do you know? How do you guys follow up with me to let me know that I had that? So clearly, ticket process sucks, broken. You actually had no way to follow up with me. You filed a ticket on the new address. And then who were you going to let know about that address and about the internet status? So boom, broken communication again. Put in a proper ticketing system, a proper note-taking process. So when your customer calls back in, he's not having to start all over again, he or she. All right, so I'm still going. Again, still want to give you business. So new guy says, I don't know. I'm like, okay, what does that mean? He's like, well, I can clarify that we on that road and near this address, there are RCN accounts open. We do have open accounts, okay? Yay, that tells me you have internet on that road. Even if you have to run a new coax cable from pole to my house, which has been there since 1975, this new house, it's not brand new construction. I already know that you could get me internet. So I was like, okay, what does that mean? He's like, it's still in prospecting status. I said, okay, what does that mean? He says, I don't know. I'm like, okay, well, what is prospecting defined as in your system? He's like, that's outside of customer service. That means they're looking into it. I'm like, okay, well, last week you told me it's going to take a couple of days. Now it's going to be a week later. Can you give me a clear timeline? No. Okay. So I'm just supposed to sit here in limbo and hope that your ticketing system, which is clearly not tied to my account, will get back to me and let me know if I can continue giving you money 1 month from now at my new address. Like, I'm not making this up, guys. Take this stuff to heart. I'm sure some of you out there who watch this video have experienced this. Communication. Offer to put me on hold, go check with a manager and get the proper definition. I asked her, can we accelerate the ticket? Because I'm a existing customer that wants to continue paying you money at my new address. I want you as a company to keep me as a customer. This is the cheapest way to keep customers and billings and cash flow. It is cheaper to retain a current customer than it is to acquire a new customer through new advertising, new marketing efforts, etc. All you got to do is keep me. All you got to do is give me some clear communication. If you're telling me that you got to send an engineer out there to inspect that neighborhood and then you're going to get back to me, tell me that. If it's going to take you another week or two because you don't have a clear timeline, tell me that. Give me a guarantee that your ticketing system, which I can already translate is not working, will get back to me. Don't know. So all you're telling me is you don't know anything. You can't tell me how or when I will be able to continue being a customer. I'm probably going to have to, I literally said, like, I don't want to have to call your competition. But if I have to, then I'm going to have to move. I don't want to do that because I like you. And he's like, well, I appreciate you loving us, but I was like, I can't tell you anything more. I'm like, okay. So can you clarify for me that in the coming weeks, we have a month, I will have somebody follow me? Yes, should be. Okay, that's the first solid answer you gave me. How? Well, I don't know. Like, guys, this is like, how as a company you survive, especially during COVID, making people wait 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes. Anyway, so I'll close out the video here. The final thing that broke communication was, and this is during COVID, right? Like me, I don't care about COVID. I'm fine. Already beaten it, done that. I'm not afraid of any of this shit. He's like, well, he's like, you might be able to get a better answer by speaking with a customer service person at our office. I'm like, okay. So during COVID, instead of being over the phone here, you now want me to physically go to your office the next city over because you think they can get me a more accurate answer or maybe accelerate this to ensure that I can keep paying you money. You now want your customer to make a special trip to your physical office because you can't help me over the phone just to just so I can keep paying you money. Like, communication, people, following up, making it easy for the customer. I can keep going. That's the end of my rant. I wanted to get this out on video so I can clarify it for you all. This is not how you run a company. This is not how you retain customers. You got a customer like me who's been years in the sales world before and after firefighting, now running a marketing company, Fuel Up Marketing. Dude, you guys need some work. And I'll tell you what, when I finish this video, I'm going to make sure I tag RCN. Maybe, hopefully, somebody in the marketing department sees this shit and they might want to pull their heads out of their asses and figure out how to keep a customer. Because at this point, I don't like being in limbo. So I'm going to call the competition just in case, because I got to make sure that I can continue helping my customers, my clients, and my wife and her business by making sure we have internet to move into. So that's the end of my rant today. Please take that with a grain of salt. Sales, marketing, communication, and following up. One of the easiest things you could do is follow up with your customers, give them a clear path of communication, or at least get things answered. Don't make your customers do the work themselves, especially if they're trying to keep their business with you. I'm the customer. It's your job to make me happy. All right. Thanks, guys. Remember, we're here to fuel you up. So take this as a Fun Fact Friday tip session on a Thursday evening. All right. Take care. Be healthy. Be well. Stay fired up.